This meeting of the council will come to order. Clerk, call the roll.
Counsel Della Sola.
Here.
Counsel DeFlorio. Here. Counsel Hanlon. Counsel Mangan.
Here.
Counsel Marchese.
Here.
Counsel McKinney.
Here.
Counsel Napolitano.
Here.
Counsel Sachetta.
Here.
Counsel Sani.
Here.
Counsel Simonelli.
Present.
Counsel Capone.
Here.
10 members present, Mr.
10
President.
members present. We have already saluted the flag, so we will revert to the first item of business. Before we do that, I'd like to recognize and welcome some guests here. We have Boy Scouts Troop 814 from Everett. Welcome to the chamber tonight, gentlemen. Clerk will read the first item.
Item number 1, Mr. President, is an order sponsored by Counsel Capone as President to all persons interested in a public hearing for the National Grid for South Ferry Street to install one SO pole beginning at a point approximately 160 feet southwest of the center lines of the intersection of Chelsea Street and continuing approximately 5 feet in a northeasterly direction. National Grid to install poles 1688 between P912 and 1687. National Grid to install new poles 1688, 43 feet from P19, from P912. National Grid to install new poles 1688, 75 feet from P1687. National Grid to install new duct 5 feet from P912 towards Chelsea Street intersection.
Do we have a representative from National Grid? We could please have you come before us, and if the council so inclined, please, and if you would introduce yourself, please.
Tim Lyford, 170 Medford Street, Malden, Massachusetts.
Thank you.
National Grid Electric.
Thank you. And if the council so inclined, I would say we'll have the petitioner explain what he wants to do, and then we'll open up to a public hearing, and then we'll bring it back in front of the council. Council DeFlorio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In regards to these poles that are going up, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to have him explain everything first, then we'll have it go out to a public hearing, and then we'll have it come back in, unless there's something
Okay.
specific. Okay.
I just
So
wanted-
if you wouldn't mind, if you could please just give us an overview of exactly what it is that you would like to do?
Sure. National Grid is petitioning to install approximately 5 feet of one 4-inch primary duct from the existing underground duct in the sidewalk to existing pole 912, and also to install a new pole approximately 43 feet south of the existing pole 912.
All right, if there's nothing further on that, we'll open up to a public hearing, and if we would, we'll just have you step back and take a seat, and then we're gonna open up the public hearing. Once we close it, we can have you back up, and the council probably have some questions for you.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Make a motion to open public hearing?
Moved and second, open public hearing on item number 1. So, folks in the audience, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna ask 3 times if there's anyone in favor of the petition. Once we get beyond that, we'll close that portion of the hearing, and ask 3 times if anyone's opposed to it. Once we do that, it's closed completely, and it's gonna come back in front of the council. So, for the first time, is there anyone in the audience who is in favor of the petition? Is there anyone who is in favor of the petition? Is there anyone in favor of the petition? Excuse me, sir, you may want to say yes. Why don't you pop up and just, state you're in favor of the petition?
I am in favor.
Okay, and just name again one more time for the,
Tim Lyford, National Grid Electric.
thank you very much. That portion of the hearing is closed. Is there anyone opposed to the petition? Is there anyone opposed to the petition? Is there anyone opposed to the petition? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. The matter is now before the council. Would you like to have the representative back before
Yes,
us?
please,
If
Mr.
you could
Chairman.
please come up. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Council DeFlorio, you have the floor.
The question I have is, if I understood it right, you're putting up another pole.
That's correct.
Is this gonna be a double pole?
No.
Is there an existing pole there now?
There is not.
There's nothing there. So it's
No,
gonna be a
ma'am.
brand-new pole, not tied into an existing pole?
That's correct. This new pole installation will not create a double pole situation.
Okay, thank you.
Council Del Solo.
I'm not against it. I just have a question kind of related. You guys, when you are done with this, you're gonna cement the sidewalk when you're complete with this?
That's correct. All sidewalk blocks that are touched during construction will be replaced.
Okay, because I know the job was done on Ferry Street, and it's still hot top, it's not paved yet, it's not cemented yet.
Okay.
What time frame do you normally wait until you come back and cement it?
Usually they do it the same time. If you want, I can take down the job location and I can get back to you
It's
on
right on
that.
Ferry Street, at Dunkin' Donuts. You
Okay.
guys did it last year, and it's still not done.
Was it National Grid Electric or National Grid Gas?
Electric.
Are you all set, Counselor?
Yes, thank you.
Counselor Marquez.
Just not to, repeat what Council Del Sol said. Quick question, is there a new number where we can call up the lights are out? Where street lights are out? Because we have plenty of them that are out. I have a couple that I'd like to report. Do you have a number that we can report directly, maybe?
Just the usual customer service number, I guess, but I can check on that and also get back to you.
I mean, if you could, I would appreciate it.
Sure.
Because it's getting summertime, I just want some streets lit up.
Okay.
Any other questions on this petition? Seeing none, thank you very much. On the piece? You have a second? Move the second favorable action, clerk call the roll.
Counsel Delasola.
Yes.
Counsel DeFlorio.
Yes.
Counsel Mangan.
Yes.
Counsel Marquez.
Yes.
Counsel McKinnon. Yes. Counsel Napolitano.
Yes.
Counsel Sochetta.
Yes.
Counsel Sani.
Yes.
Counsel Simonelli. Yes. Counsel Capone.
Yes.
10 yeas, 0 nays, Mr. President.
10 yeas, 0 nays, you have passed the order. Clerk read item number 2.
Item number 2 is an order sponsored by Counsel Frank Capone as President. 12 parties interested in the public hearing to give permission on behalf of Verizon UC Synergetic Mansfield, Mass. to place one new handheld HH1 on the northerly side of Waters Ave at the westerly end of Waters Ave in place of existing pole P224-5, which pole is to be removed, and place one new 4-inch conduit on the northerly side of Waters Ave, beginning at aforementioned new handhole HH1. Dense extending in an easterly direction, approximately 90 feet to existing pole P22-4, said pole being located on the northerly side of Waters Ave at a point approximately 114 feet from the center line of Elm Way. The new conduit and handhold are necessary in order to provide service to the Wellington Parkside Apartments at 12 Valley Street.
Do we have a representative in the audience? If you could please come forward. We'll follow the same protocol if the council is in favor of that. If you could please identify yourself for the record and give us an overview of exactly what it is you're looking to do.
Good evening. My name is Bill Wallace. I'm representing UCS for Verizon. In order to service the new apartment building that's being built down on Waters Ave, and to facilitate the area where they're going to be going in and out, they want to remove the cable up above. So there's it's a dead-end street. The very last pole is being removed. A handhold will be placed in its place, and then conduit will be run approximately 90 feet from that location back towards Elm Street to pole 224-4, and that will become the service pole. That last pole will be removed, and the wires and stuff will end at 224, not continuing on where there'll be traffic coming in and out of that new facility.
Thank you very much. So thank you. If you could just hang around and eventually we'll have you back up here. Okay, we're gonna follow the same protocol that we did last time. We're gonna open up the public hearing. I'm gonna ask 3 times if there's anyone in favor. I'm gonna ask 3 times if anyone opposed. We're gonna close the public hearing. It's gonna come back in front of the council. So, is there anyone in favor of the petition?
Yes. Bill Wallace, I'm in favor of the petition.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone in favor of the petition? Is there anyone else in favor of the petition? Seeing no others, that portion of the hearing is closed. I'm going to ask 3 times if there's anyone opposed. Is there anyone opposed to the petition? Is there anyone opposed to the petition? Is there anyone opposed to the petition? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. The matter is before the body. Counsel Mangan,
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Walsh, if you could come back up.
please have you before us. Thank you very much, Mr. Walsh.
Through
It's
Mr.
Wal-
Just to be clear, it's Wallace.
Oh, I'm sorry, I
That's okay.
apologize. I didn't
Nope.
say Walsh, I apologize.
No problem.
Through you, Mr. President, to Mr. Wallace. Mr. Wallace, I know recently we've tried to get Verizon, so what type of service, is this ain't cell phone service, or, because I didn't believe we had Verizon, I mean, what, because I know
No.
you have Comcast for,
There's regular existing telephone service in Everett that's provided by Verizon. It's not FiOS. It's just regular 1 MB type residential service, the old traditional telephone, if you will, POTS as we used to call it, plain ordinary telephone. That still exists in Everett, but you don't have FiOS, to my understanding,
oh,
yet.
I didn't realize that there's people that still have Verizon old telephone line?
There are some people, yeah.
So what would be, I mean, especially going forward now, what would, these are all new apartments down there and everything, I mean, why would they need something that's not, with fiber optic cable or any, I mean, why would they?
Well, there is fiber on that street, and
Like
so...
going into, I'm saying into the unit.
Right, into the units. I couldn't answer that myself. I don't know if I can't buy my internet from one provider. I don't know that. But the developer has asked Verizon to place facilities into the building, so there is some belief that there will be some call, whether it's for the building itself to provide, some services. I don't know. I don't know exactly what services will we ask for. But FiOS, from my understanding, does not exist at this point in time in Everett.
Right, that's what I thought, like I
Right.
said, and I was unaware of anybody that had Verizon, still a regular landline phone that like I said, I don't know
Yeah.
anybody that's why I thought it was just Comcast. and
No,
that's
they're still out there, yeah. Less and less all the time, but they're still there.
it. Okay, thank you.
Councilor
Thank you, Mr.
Fleury.
President.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. You said you were gonna move the pole,
No, we're taking out
I
the
mean,
pole.
you're taking out the pole, but you're
Yeah.
moving the wires to 224.
Yeah, the wires are gonna stop at 224-4. That's,
Now, at 224, is that gonna be one pole, or are you adding another pole?
no, we're not adding any
You're
poles.
not adding any poles, so it's gonna be that one pole.
Just that one pole that exists now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Any other
Mr.
questions? Seeing none, excuse customary thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Matters before you, councilors.
Favorable action.
Move to second favorable action. Clerk call the roll.
Counsel Delasola.
Yes,
Counsel DeFlorio.
Yes,
Counsel Mangan.
Yes,
Counsel Marquez.
Yes.
Counsel McKinnon.
Yes.
Counsel Napolitano. Yes. Counsel Sucheta.
yes,
Counsel Sani.
yes,
Counsel Simonelli. Yes. Counsel Capone.
Yes.
10 yeas, 0 nays, Mr.
10
President.
yeas, 0 nays. You've passed the order.
open up to public participation, Mr. President.
Moved and second to open public participation. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You have so moved. Do we have a
Chairman.
sign-in sheet?
I do. I have the Boy Scouts Troop 814 that's signed in.
Okay. How many folks do we, could I see
I
that?
have 3 total.
Only 3? Okay, so we have the Boy Scouts Troop 814. Do we have a spokesperson? Do we have individuals? What do we have? If you could just identify yourself for the record?
Okay, I'm Jeremy Citro.
Speak into the mic.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jeremy Citro. I'm from Troop 814 Everett, Mass. We have meetings every Tuesday at Glendale United Methodist Church on Ferry Street. And I'm going for my merit badge communication.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else from the troop like to speak?
I have, I'm sorry, are we?
We're all set with the troop? Okay.
Hi, my name is Anthony Kelly. I'm with Troop 814, and I'm going for Communications Merit Badge.
Very good. Thank you, Anthony.
Hi, my name is Maxwell McHugh from Troop 814, and I'm going for the Communications Merit Badge.
Very good. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Medeiros. I'm going from Troop 814. I'm going for the Communication Merit Badge.
Thank you, Nicholas.
Hi, my name is Raymond Shabbat, and I'm part of Troop 814, and I'm going for Communication Merit Badge.
Very good. You look very decorated. You've got a lot of badges. Anyone else from Troop 814? We're good? Good work, gentlemen. Council, who else do we have on that list?
John Santosuazo.
Sansuazo? Can you please just identify yourself for the record?
My name is John Siniswaso. I'm from Everett. Been born, brought up here. Been here for my entire life. And I'm here today. I was here 9 months ago, and I'm here for the same reason, for the problem on Yarmouth Street. It's been over 300 days, and this contraption is still out there. I'm here because all the neighbors, everybody in our neighborhood is totally disgusted with what the mayor and the city solicitor are doing to our neighborhood. They have destroyed it. There's already 2 people that moved out. One of our closest neighbors across the street just sold her house. We can't take this. He's backing a bully in the neighborhood. A guy lives on the corner of Ashton and Yarmouth Street. He's been vandalizing cars for years. He got busted a year ago for vandalizing a car on his street. Anyone that parks on the side of his street, they get destroyed. He destroyed this car, along with many others, for 20 years.
Mr. Santuato, just, if we could, in our rules, we want to make sure that we're not casting any dispersions on anyone's character. The actual issue itself, as opposed to individuals, if you want to
Well, a
address
lot of the issue,
Yarmouth.
Mr. President, a lot of the issue is due to, well, first of all, let me just go to there, that this bully, after he got busted and had to pay a few $1,000s, the next day he went out and blocked his street up. He says, I'll fix the neighborhood. I'm going to make it a dead end. Now, that's illegal. I was told that by a number of lawyers. I've been speaking to lawyers for a long time. Councilor Hanlon told me that. When I had a meeting with the mayor told me, do not listen to your councilors. They just tell you what you want to hear. Does that bother you, Mr. President, that the mayor would say such a thing?
I hear all kinds of things.
Really? But he tells, so I don't know why we even vote for you, but that's all right.
I know that this is an issue that you're very passionate about. It's your street.
Sure am. It's wrecking our life. I'm ready to put my house on the market after I've been born and brought up here for 65 years because I can't deal with how the mayor is empowering this criminal. He's a vandalist. He's been vandalizing cars for years. And because he got busted and had to pay $1,000 to $2,000.
Again, Mr. Santuato.
That's why he blocked the street off.
Yeah.
And, okay, we'll go from there. And then the mayor, he blocked it all up with 4x8 signs of wood.
What would you like the city council to do?
Why are they doing this? It's illegal.
Okay.
I've talked to lawyers. The city solicitor told me, not once, not twice, 3 times, if I got a lawyer, I could win this.
Okay.
Why would she say that? I talked to 3 lawyers. They said, slam dunk, you would win this. It's against the law. You're a lawyer yourself, are you not, Mr. President?
I am.
Are you familiar with the prescriptive easement law?
I am.
I think Councilor McKinnon here has dropped it off along with, and also the adverse possession law. It states very clearly that after 20 years, if a street is a throughway, you cannot make it a dead end. It's just and this isn't a dead end that ends up into somebody else's property. It's a street he just blocks off. He had the city come down with Jersey barriers. Did you see these pictures? I showed them. I have to look at this every morning for 300 days when I open my window. It's disgusting. And now I even show the chief, it's dangerous. He's actually put cement, he put wrought iron fence, cemented it into the ground with points on it. I got pictures of it. It's so dangerous. It's been like this for 300 days. If they were going to do something, which is illegal, I mean, that's the whole thing. Why are they doing it? Every lawyer has told me, why is the city making you take it to court? This guy, who's also a criminal, he's a punk, he's been wrecking our neighborhood for years, and now he acts like he's empowered.
Mr. Santuato, I understand.
I'm sorry.
I understand you're passionate about it.
We're all disgusted in our neighborhood.
Yeah, it sounds like it may very well be time
and
to
something
get legal
stinks.
counsel.
Something stinks, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Why is the mayor doing this? Why is the
may-
city solicitor? You want to see the pictures?
It may well be time for you to seek legal
Yeah.
action.
This is what he first did, and then the mayor put down. Then they tore that all down and got Jersey barriers. Now, this is the Jersey barriers. Now, this is what he's got up there now. These points cemented in the ground. That's not dangerous. You know, I mean, everyone in the neighborhood's disgusted. We don't even talk to each other. It's been a great neighborhood. My grandfather had his place, had a barber shop in Everett Square. Our whole family's been here. Now we're ready to move out. It's not right. He has destroyed our neighborhood. I'm sorry, I have to be strong about it. There was no need of this. When I had a meeting with him, besides telling me that don't listen to your city councilors, they tell you what you want to hear, he also told me that under certain circumstances like this here, the mayor can pretty much do what he wants. Seriously? I mean, what's going on here? What type of he just does what he wants? And he's saying, "Oh, I put words in his mouth." No way. I don't lie, Mr. President. Every word I say is the truth, 100% of the truth.
I appreciate.
And he
I
said that,
appreciate-
he said that directly. Because I remember, because I said, if you can do what you want,
Sure.
why let this criminal have his way? He's in power with this guy. He went out and got restraining orders against a bunch of keep us off. He's sick, and the mayor and the city solicitor are allowing him to do this here. They are just empowering him.
Mr. Santowaso, I understand, none of us want to see any residents leave the city. I understand
We
your
already got a
concern.
bunch.
Yeah, under our rules, we only allow for 2 minutes. I'd let you have more
Can-
because
can you- all right,
I
can-
know it's an issue that's important to you. It sounds like at this point.
Can
it-
anything be
it may
done, Mr. President?
It sounds like it may be a matter that you need to get legal representation
Can I quickly
on.
say this? That's why the lawyer said to me, why are you getting the lawyer? This guy is doing something that's illegal. All these laws say it's illegal after 20 years. And the mayor and the city solicitor are allowing him to do that. Now, I could win if I take it to court. Thousands of
And-
dollars.
and what-
$20,000 for a retainer,
Yeah.
and it could go on for years
Right.
in court,
And
in a land court.
Yeah, what'll happen is the city solicitor is the city's attorney, and if they think that it's permissible, then that's the course of action the city will take.
So whatever
So
she
the-
says is the law.
So the only thing, well, she's our legal representative, she's our legal counsel.
She
so
even told me
we
I would
follow
win it if
that.
I went to court. Why would I
Then-
win it if I went to court?
Then I
Mr.
would
President?
say if you went to court, you wouldn't have to come back here.
Yeah, but I gotta come up with like about $50,000. Is that fair?
Yeah.
That
I
the
hear
criminal
you.
gets his way by doing something that's illegal? And we, all the neighbors, have to come up with money to stop him from doing something that's illegal? And the mayor is backing this criminal? This ain't right. Something stinks here. Something's wrong.
Thank you for coming
Something's
up
wrong.
and,
You seen
thank
these
you for
things?
coming up
I have
and
to-
and
the
saying your
people- This
opinion.
is what I gotta look out my window for 300 days. But I wanna thank
Thank
our
you.
councilman, Leo McKinnon. He's been the greatest council, 14 years. We couldn't ask for it better. He stood by us when a lot of people just didn't even care. He knows, he cares about the people. And we'll
Thank you.
protect you, Mr. Councilor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Who else do we have on that list?
Michael Jufrey?
Mr. Jufrey? You please just identify yourself for the record and.
My name is Michael Jufrey. I'm a member of the Everett Auxiliary Police. I am not here to speak to you about how we, as Massachusetts' oldest auxiliary, have faithfully and loyally served the city of Everett over the past 75 years. This is a matter of record, all of which most of you know already. I'm here to talk about our present and our future. Presently, we have a contentious relationship with the chief of police, which I had believed we had all but put behind us. In our last meeting, we conceded the point on both the carrying of firearms and the wearing of our traditional blue uniform, and left with the assurance that he could work with us. Presently, we are now hearing that he needs to further research the problems that auxiliaries are experiencing nationwide. We see this as either an unwillingness or an inability to use a valuable resource for the benefit of the city. A resource the city has dire need for, especially among our most vulnerable populations, are the young and the elderly. There have been requests made directly for our presence at elderly homes and housing units, which has fallen on deaf ears. This wouldn't be so shameful if there were other resources that could be diverted to give them the protection they need. We are all aware that the city isn't the same city that we all grew up in. Just recently in the news, there was a man arrested plotting with another to kidnap and behead a police officer. This isn't anything new. There were individuals that had ties to the hijackers on 9/11 within this very city. This is in addition to the problems one usually finds in cities these days. Yet here we are, willing to step up in new uniforms that will identify us as unarmed police officers, quite literally putting ourselves on the line. Why do we do this when we could easily join another city's auxiliary? It's because we care about the city and remain faithful to the oath that we took to uphold the law and defend our fellow citizens. Still, we hear that a nationwide search for problems with auxiliaries must be made. You will forgive my incredulousness, but I believe it's high time that we stop looking elsewhere, stop making excuses, and bring our full resources to bear on the problems at hand and lead the city together into a safe and healthy future. I'd like to add to that we are here tonight out of frustration. We are willing to work with anyone, meet any standard, and jump through any hoop. What we need is a set standard and the knowledge that there's an end to the number of hoops that we will be jumping through. We are willing to do this because we are tired of worry and fear ruling the day about whether or not what could happen. And we would like to be led with strength and vision to what could be. I thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you very much. Anybody else in the audience who would like to speak?
Move to close public participation, Mr. President.
It's been moved and seconded to close public participation. Councilor Napolitano?
Mr. Chairman, we actually have citations for the scout troop. I'd like an opportunity to present them.
Why don't you come on up to the podium?
All right. It's always a pleasure to recognize our youth in the city that take an interest in what goes on, both outside on the streets, but also behind the scenes in the city council. Pleased to see you stand up, you gentlemen stand up during the public participation. You know, it's not as easy as it looks, is it? You know, as all of us have found out ourselves. But I would like to present them as they move on to their badges. The members of Boy Scout Troop 814 Everett from the Glendale Methodist Church. As I call your name, I'd like you to come up. I'm going to read the citation first. Okay. Everett, Massachusetts City Council has honored the mayor. Citation. Be it hereby known to all that the Everett City Council has honored the mayor hereby offer their sincerest congratulations to the following members in recognition of your taking an interest in city government and our community, Everett, Massachusetts. The entire City Council extends its very best wishes on this memorial occasion and expresses the hope for continued good fortune. Signed this day, the 8th of June, by City Clerk Michael Matarazzo. Okay. If I could have Maxwell McHugh come up. Nicholas Medeiros. Anthony Kelly. Jeremy Citro. And Raymond Shabbat. Did I pronounce it right? Shabbat. Sorry. A name like Napolitano, I try to be sensitive to last names. If I could, the members of Boy Scout Troop 814.
Why don't we take a quick 2-minute break, and then if we could have the troop up here behind the rostrum, all the councilors, we'll take a group picture. Okay, we'll have the meeting will reconvene.
Mr. Chairman, if we could please suspend the rules and take item number 10.
And from the chair, unless there's any objection, I believe that items 3 through 10 look like routine matters. It's been moved and second, suspend the rules, take item number 10. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You have so suspended the rules. Clerk will read item number 10.
Item number 10, Mr. President, order sponsored by Council Freddie Capone's presence, transfer of $75,000 from budgetary fund balance into police overtime account. Transfer is necessary due to critical incidents that have impacted this account, including the recent terrorism-related investigation that required numerous additional officers around the clock for a 24-hour period to assist federal law enforcement.
Favorable action on the order, but I believe we have to
Chair will,
suspend.
Chair will accept the motion to suspend Rule 13.
Suspend Rule 13 and favorable
Moved
action
and
on the
second,
order.
suspend the rule. Rule 13, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's been moved and second, favorable action on the order. Clerk, call the roll.
Counsel Delasola.
Yes.
Counsel Florio.
Yes.
Counsel Hanlon.
Yes.
Counsel Mangan.
Yes.
Counsel Marquez.
Yes.
Counsel McKinnon.
Yes.
Counsel Napolitano.
Yes.
Counsel Sachetta.
Yes.
Counsel Sani.
Yes.
Counsel Simonelli.
Yes.
Counsel Capone.
Yes.
11 yeas, 0 nays, Mr.
11
President.
yeas, 0 nays, you've passed the order.
Mr. Chairman, because we have department heads here that I believe are all here in regards to items 3 through 10, is that, if we could just take those collectively,
And suspend Rule 13.
so we have to
Says
suspend
all
Rule
transfers,
13.
right?
Yep, we've already
Yeah.
suspended Rule 13. Is there a second on that motion? It's been moved and second to take items 3 through 9 collectively. Suspend Rule 13. We'll have the clerk, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We'll have the clerk read items 3 through 9, and then we can vote collectively
Got it, right?
and record it accordingly.
Item number 3 is an order sponsored by Counsel Freddie Capone's president, transfer $200,000 from budgetary fund balance into city buildings, electricity, and gas account. Electric rates were increased during the fiscal year, and this will allow us to end the year with sufficient funds in our electricity account. Item
Favorable
number
action.
4 is an order sponsored by Freddie Capone's president, transfer $30,000 from budgetary fund balance into solicitor's litigation professional services account. This is for an unanticipated increase in arbitrary and outside attorney fees. Item number 5 is to transfer $130,000 from budgetary fund balance into the insurance deductibles account. This is due to more claims filed because of our record-breaking snowfall this past winter, along with an old employee-related claim that was finalized with a very high deductible. The 6, transfer $30,000 from budgetary fund balance in the fire department equipment maintenance account. It's for a motor rebuild and new radiator for ladder number 1. 7 is transfer $100,000 from budgetary fund balance into the Medicare account. We have used 99% of our appropriation of $1.1 million to date, and this transfer will allow us to finish the year with a positive balance. 8 is to transfer $200,000 from budgetary fund balance to the DPW overtime account. This was due to several long-term disabilities and 1 death in the department, which left the DPW shorthanded for many months. Overtime is used to fill these vacancies. Furthermore, there was a turnover with the director that affected the staffing levels and monitoring of overtime. We have since reconstructed the organizational structure of the DPW so that each division has their own staffing and overtime budgets. This will ensure better control and management of costs of respective departments.
Councilor
Not-
Napolitano? Oh, I'm sorry.
2 more.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you-
No, 1 more.
I thought you read 9 already. I
To
apologize.
transfer $300,000 budgetary fund balance from employee buyback accounts, this is for buyback of sick and vacation times allowable. The respective collective bargaining units, police, fire, and Teamsters agreements such as perfect attendance, maximum sick leave accruals, and for retirements that required buyouts of all accrued vacation and sick time.
Councilor Napolitano.
Can we ask Mr. Viscaia to come up?
Could we have Mr. Viscaia before us? Rich, if you could, please just identify yourself for the record.
Richard Viscaia, City Auditor.
Good evening, Mr. Viscaia, through the chair. Just want to get an idea, how much is remaining in free cash after these transfers?
After the $1 million, we had $1.6 million left, and, yeah. sorry, I don't have an updated sheet, but I'd say there's about $350,000 left in the free cash if all of these go through as presented to you.
All right, thank you.
Counsel Sachetta.
That was a question I was gonna ask.
Counsel Marchese.
Rich, where will the $350,000 to free cash go?
Well, we still got a month left, and we're posting our next warrant on the 15th, and when we post that warrant, I'm gonna analyze the ledger, see if there are any more issues that need to be addressed, and otherwise, in prior years, we put it into stabilization, but it may not be a bad idea to try to use it for some relief on the snow and ice deficit, so we'll try to use it up in a prudent manner, but I don't have a set plan yet, just trying to see where the bills, when we pay the warrant on the 15th, we'll see what's left over and try to do some year-end closeout, and otherwise, it'll just flow to free cash for the next year. It'll remain in fund balance, and it'll just renew itself when we certify next year.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, excuse customary thanks. Thank you, Rich.
Suspend Rule 13, favorable action on the order?
Counsel Sachetta, could you please come and take, want to vote first?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the motion before the body is these items were read, taken collectively. You're going to vote on them for favorable action. So if you vote yes, you're going to be voting yes to every single item. Our clerk will record it accordingly. Clerk will call the roll.
Counsel Della Sola.
Yes.
Counsel DeFlorio. Counsel Hanlon.
Yes.
Counsel Mangan.
Yes.
Counsel Marchese.
Yes.
Counsel McKinnon.
Yes.
Counsel Napolitano.
Yes.
Counsel Sachetta.
Yes.
Counsel Sani.
Yes.
Counsel Spinelli.
Yes.
Counsel Capone.
Yes.
10 yeas, 0 nays. Mr.
10
President.
yeas, 0 nays, you've passed the orders. Clerk will read the next item of business, item number 11. Counsel Sachetta, could you please take the chair?
We have a sign-in sheet?
Sign-in sheet for numbers, item number 12.
Item number 11, order sponsored by Counsel Frank Capone's president, petition to extend hours of operation for B&J Smoke Shop, DBA Route 99 Smoke Shop from 4 a.m. to 1 a.m. to 7 days a week at 893 Broadway.
Number 11, I'd like to,
Council Marchese.
oh, okay. I just want to ask one quick question, if I could, if anybody has any knowledge. What is the present hours of the donut place that's beside it?
12 o'clock. Eleven, is it? 11?
Right. Then maybe this, yeah, being the council in that ward, I would not be for this, I would be for, it could mirror the hours of the donut shop. I'm not going to have it extended 2 more hours. Especially with summer coming, I have a lot of people at 881 Broadway, don't need any more noise out there than they need. And especially the senior housing, so I will not be in favor of these hours.
Council Simonelli.
Thank you, Mr. President, to you, to the, this order here. I totally against it. I know they're trying to sell milk and bread, but it's a big cover-up what they're doing down there. It's into, you know, it's all the marijuana stuff, and they're selling more than that. Marijuana, that's what they're doing down there. They're covering it up, and it should be closed down, so I'm voting no also. Thank you.
Councilor Rosa DeFlorio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I also concur that I don't believe any business in the city of Everett should be open this late, not just this particular place. Other than if they're on Revere Beach Parkway for the truck drivers to come through in the middle of the night, that's okay. But with it is a residential area. I also believe, and I said it last time and I'll say it again, it has nothing to do with what they're selling or not selling. It has to do that there are seniors in that area, and whenever the donut shop opens, whenever the other businesses close, that's when they should close. Because if every other business is gonna come up here and they all gonna wanna do the same thing. So it doesn't matter who they are, in whatever area they are. If all the businesses in that area close at 10 or 11 or 12 or whatever the time is, then that's what time they should close. Thank you.
Councilor Hanlon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you to our clerk of the board. What are the hours of operation currently?
No idea.
No idea.
No, we don't regulate them, we only regulate if they extend their hours.
I'm kind of concerned over how, the way this is worded. It says from 4 AM to 1 AM. Is that backwards? Should it be from 1 AM to 4 AM?
No.
Is-
No, that's right.
They open at 4 AM,
And close at 1.
open all day.
You want to be open 24 hours, that's what it is.
They open at 4 AM, so they want to go all the way around to 1 AM? Got it. Thank you.
Councilor Napolitano.
The city solicitor come up.
Councilor Napolitano.
Thank you. I'm actually very curious as well as to what their existing hours are, because they are currently conducting business. I'm more interested, I'd like to know how much earlier they're looking at opening than they currently open, and how much later they're staying open till. Is there anybody
Yes.
here from the business?
Yeah, I can't pronounce his name, Patel, I'm sorry, yes.
Mr. Chairman, can I motion to?
I second.
Motion be made to
Of course.
invite the owner.
What's the hours
All
of
in
the original
favor?
license? Aye.
Aye. Please give your name and address, please.
Sure. My name is Paratosh Patel. I'm at 659 Haverhill Street, Reading, and I'm the owner of the Route 99 Smoke Shop.
Thank you. Now, what time do you currently open?
5:30 a.m. until 11 p.m.
So you're looking at opening an hour and a half earlier?
4 a.m., yes.
And then you're looking at, you close currently at what time?
11.
11, so you're looking at 2 hours
Yes.
later. And do you feel that that the difference of those hours will attract enough revenue to warrant the overhead of staying open?
Yes, a lot of my customers are also from Lottery, and Lottery closes at 1 o'clock. So that's the reasoning behind opening until 1.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor Delasola.
Excuse me, sir.
Who am I?
Sorry.
Do you know what time Dunkin' Donuts opens and closes?
I
Offhand?
believe offhand, they probably open around 5.
You know what time they
5
close?
a.m., and they probably close around 11.
Okay, if we went forward to 12 o'clock, would that help you at all? That's just my opinion.
Sure. Anything would help. I mean, I'm just saying 1 o'clock only because of Lottery, but, whatever the council decides, I'm okay with that.
All right, thank you.
Councilor Mangan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Sir, just to say is I've been in your shop, many, many times and stuff, and I know beyond, just having, as the council from Ward 2 stated, marijuana-related stuff, but I know you sell milk in there, you sell soda in there, you sell cigarettes in there.
Right.
You do have the lottery, you do good business with the lottery.
Yes.
And, I look at some of these other stores. I understand that maybe they carry a little bit more, but we already have other stores that are open 24 hours, so, I agree. I'm certainly not for having everybody open up 24, but I agree that, that if you would agree to, certainly 4 AM to, 12 AM, I would certainly, support that for you.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to speak on this?
The excuse, customary thanks.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Alderman Marchese.
I know we don't control the license on this, because we don't give those licenses, but we can control the hours, is that correct here? So I would think this should go into a committee, we should find out what the existing hours are of the donut shop. I don't wanna see this open before the donut shop, and I don't wanna see it exceed the donut shop. There's a big population of, vulnerable people down there, and I don't think it needs to be drawn attention to, some guy comes scratch a ticket at 1 in the morning. That's my take. And that's why I like to see it referred to, I don't know what license.
Second.
I think the motion is referred to community business development.
I'll second that motion.
Rosa DeFlorio.
I agree with Councilor Marchese. I have spoken to the seniors up there, and they are against it, just so this board knows, but it will go to committee, and we will find out the hours. Thank you.
Councilor Mangan.
Thank you, Mr. President. I certainly understand the concerns of the neighbors and everybody in that area. The only question I would have then is that we have other multiple stores that are right in residential area. We have one, we know on the corner of Summer Street and Broadway, that's right across the street from a senior citizens home. That's all, people, 75, 80, 90-year-old people that live in there. So all I'm talking about, we talk about people that are about business, and I understand, let's at least work with the gentleman to maybe help him out, because if that's the case, then why is Tedeschi's open, 24 hours when it's right across the street? If we're concerned about senior citizens, it's right across the street from us, so let's limit them hours till the same hours that this smoke shop's gonna be open, or whatever, the Dunkin' Donuts across the street, whenever they open up at 5 o'clock. So that's, but I've supported sending it to committee.
Okay, excuse, 1 minute, we just.
Counselor
Didn't we
Sani?
already send this, we already made it to a second, let's take a vote on the thing there, your comment.
Counselor Sani?
Thank you. I'd like to see if we also, to invite the neighbors, or if they want to send a letter to the committee, so they are aware of if they were against it. This way, we can also have that there for representation from them.
Counselor DeFlorio?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We just want this person to understand that this is nothing personal against this individual. Tedeschi's and Little Peaches open because they're grandfathered in. That if they come to us for a license, we're gonna do the same thing. But they've always been open 24 hours a day. You can't take away something that someone's had for the last 20 or 30 years. But if they come to us for a license, I'm gonna vote against it too. I don't believe any store should be open 24 hours a day. But
Counselor
it's nothing
Hanlon?
personal to the petition. I want him to understand that. Thank you.
Counselor Hanlon?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I'm against sending it to committee. I think we should vote on it tonight.
Yeah, I
Get
think
rid of it.
we've discussed it
Thank
a
you.
lot on our first.
It's been in committee.
There's a motion to send it to committee. Has that been seconded?
Yes, second.
All in favor?
No, wait, hold it, now what are we voting on here, these hours? Send it to committee, okay.
But you can vote no on these hours. It's
When-
up to
when-
the committee, is what they're saying.
When the president asks if
Wait
it,
for that.
when the president asks, all in favor say aye. If you're against it, don't say no when he asks to say aye. Wait till he says say no.
All in favor?
All right,
No.
All opposed?
Vote, please.
This is to go to committee.
let's go to committee.
Okay.
We're taking a vote as to whether we should send this to committee. All in favor of sending it to committee, say yes. All
Yes.
opposed, say no.
No.
All opposed, say no. You don't want to send it to committee? Roll call vote.
On sending it to committee, Counsel Delasola.
Yes.
Counsel DeFlorio.
It's already been
Counsel
in committee.
Hanlon.
No.
Counsel Mangan.
No.
Counsel Marchese.
Yes.
Counsel McKinnon. Counsel Napolitano.
Yes.
Counsel Sachetta.
Yes.
Counsel Sani.
Yes.
Counsel Simonelli.
No.
Counsel Capone.
It's already been in committee. What's with that?
5 yeas. 4 nays.
We referred it to the committee. Take the next item, 12.
Item number 12, petition for a new awning from Paulo Campos, DBA Tutti Belly Salon at 199 Main Street.
Mr. Chairman, through you,
I have
through,
a sign-in sheet, Mr. Chairman,
through-
I'm sorry.
we're on item number
I
12.
realized that we were- What item did you
Mr.
just?
Chairman, we're on item 12.
It went to committee.
It did go. Committee passed.
Okay, what are we on, number 12? Yes, that's the next person on the sign-in sheet, Paolo Campus.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, I have the floor, do I not? Yes, okay. Thank you. I just wanted to ask our clerk if all the papers are in order.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Do you have a picture?
We went from 11 to 12. Favorable action on the order.
Second option. Very nice.
Before we take a vote, Counselor Sani?
Thank you. I usually don't support anyone having a different color than crimson red, but in our ordinance, it also says what else is on the building.
Everybody else shut off their mics.
We do have another business there with black and white, so I am gonna support this because there is another building, another awning that has black and white. Otherwise, I would be supporting only crimson red, but that's the only reason why I'm supporting this, because there is a black and white, and our ordinance does state that what's already on the building, so it is right next to it, and that's the only reason why I'm supporting this. Thank you.
Anyone else want to speak on the motion? Counselor Delasola?
If we have any questions, the gentleman is here, and he actually has pictures of what's gonna go up there.
They had pictures here. They had pictures here if you want to see it.
So favorable action and second.
One more person want to speak. You all set, Doug?
I'm all set, thank you.
Yeah, Counsel Marchese.
On the corner of Chestnut Street and Broadway, there was I forget the name of the shop there, it's there. Ideal Gift. Now, a new tenant moved in there and he painted it yellow or green or something. He's not supposed to touch it, but it has been painted. And no one has done anything about that, so I don't know where we go with that, painting it green. And what about a black, if we don't start using some uniformity in the city, it's ridiculous. We do have ordinance on here. But, you know, whatever you want to do, I guess we'll do.
Councilor Napolitano.
I mean, I agree with Councilor Marchese on this, to an extent, though. But I do agree that, you know, uniformity in a block or in a group of buildings is important. Having painting awnings up there on where Ideal Gift used to be, yeah, I agree, that's not sad. But in a situation like this, a similar type awning to the neighboring business creates that uniformity. And businesses spend a lot of money on trying to create a brand, and brand involves just also look, colors, so forth. I wouldn't have a problem, and I would not consider approving this as an exception. I would think that this is in conjunction with keeping a unified appearance on that block, and that's what I think we need to be watching out for, you know.
From the chair, I'd like to speak on this. Throughout the city, there are a number of awnings that people don't even take a permit out, a license out, and I could point them out. In fact, I did this last year, and they found a couple of people that put the license in right away. And the fact of the matter is, I think there are about maybe 1,000 awnings in the city, and not half of them are crimson red. But we do have an ordinance, like Marchese says. So I really want to tell you that this ordinance is not holding, and we're letting black, red, green, blue, you name it. So I would say the ordinance probably either be dissolved or whatever, because no one's living up to it, and no one's taking out licenses. And those that do, we might as well give them the license. Alderman Marchese.
Maybe we should limit it to 3 basic colors, like the crimson, the black, the most popular ones, that don't, not the yellow and the greens, but maybe we should, you know, discuss something going to next year. Because black and red, they're not that far off uniform if we're going to allow them.
If I could, I would agree with that. I mean, if I could, Mr. Chairman. I mean, the thing is that you've pointed out a good point. The ordinance is got some issues. You know, let's address this particular situation, and let's get this ordinance back into committee. Let's get it reworked, because having a little flexibility to keep in mind, to be able to respect the image that a business is trying to project, and at the same time protect our community from the ridiculous. I mean, let's say, everybody knows, I used to own a comic book store. I took a lot of hits from people who just didn't like the appearance of my store. That's actually how I got into politics. You know, I ran into head-to-head with a former mayor, and I just got fed up with it and decided that I had enough. There were no grounds. We need to take a look at this, okay? If we're going to move forward and prevent a uniform image, then let's take another look at the ordinance. But for tonight, let's deal with the one issue
Motion
here.
is made to favorable action. Anyone second it? Call the roll, please.
Favorable, yes.
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 Please suspend the rules and take items 16 and 17 off the
Motion
agenda.
made to take items 16 and 17. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Clerk, read item 16. and 17.
Item number 16, order sponsored by Council Fred Capone, President, Committee on Community and Business Development, report on petition for large council license from Caritas Community CO Sean Flynn, DBA Hancock Hotel at 19 Hancock Street. Item number 17, order sponsored by Council Fred Capone, President, Committee on Community and Business Development, report on a petition for lodging house license from Caritas Communities Incorporated, Sean Flynn, DBA Bill Morehouse at 76 Norwood Street.
Accept the committee report and replace on file.
Motion made to accept the committee report and place in file. All in favor?
All the paperwork in line there?
Yes.
Yes.
All
The
the
favorable
members of
action
the
on,
committee?
on the order.
They were in committee.
Favorable action on the order. Call,
Do we have
roll
a
call,
second?
please.
Second.
Second, yeah, roll call.
Council Delasola.
Yes.
Council DeFlorio.
Yes.
Council Hanlon.
Yes.
Council Mangan.
Yes.
Council Marquez.
Yes.
Council Napolitano.
Yes.
Council Sechetta.
Yes.
Council Sani.
Yes.
Council Simonelli.
Yes.
9 yeas, 0 nays, Mr. President. Mr. Chairman.
Granted permits. Let's go back to 13, clerk.
Item number 13, communication and response on program. The Everett Public School provide for students kindergarten through 12th grade from Superintendent Forrester. That was on the diabetes.
Accept the communication, Mr. Chairman, and place it on file.
Second.
Motion made to accept the communication and place in file and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Clerk, read item number 18.
Item number 18, order sponsored by Council Fred Capone, President, petition from Teleport Communications America LLC, AT&T, Sienna Engineering Group of Burlington, Mass. Request permission to lay, maintain, and operate underground conduits with the cables to be placed therein under the surface of Hancock Street from existing pole number 2186 located in the concrete sidewalk to the property at 5 Hancock Street. 1 4-inch PVC conduit approximately 7 feet in length.
Matter before you, gentlemen.
Does this go to a public hearing?
Yes, if I may, Mr. President, yes, it did last week. Councilor Florio had some questions and met with the petitioner, I imagine.
Mr. Chairman,
Council,
favorable action, Mr. Chairman.
motion made for favorable action. Anyone second that motion?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor? I'll take a roll call. please.
Council Delasola.
Yes.
Council DeFlorio.
Yes.
Council Hanlon.
Yes.
Council Mangan.
Yes.
Council Marquez.
Yes.
Council Napolitano.
Yes.
Council Sechetta.
Yes.
Council Sani.
Yes.
Council Simonelli.
Yes.
9 yeas, 0 nays, Mr. President.
Mr. Chairman,
Granted the petition.
Mr. Chairman,
Council Hanlon.
what happened to items 14 and 15? Did we pass those already?
No.
13,
Item number 14 is an order sponsored by Council Fred
yeah.
Capone, President. Committee on the Whole, Council report on the appropriation order for fiscal year 2016 city budget.
Mr. Chairman, if we could just move this to our next meeting, because we do have a special meeting next week. So
Yeah,
if
we
could
do.
just-
June 15th.
Second motion?
To the 15th.
yeah, we want to
the 15th or
refer
the
both
22nd?
14 and
15th.
15.
No.
Committee on the Whole on the 15th.
Yeah. Motion made to refer these both 14 and 15 to the committee in the whole on June 15th.
We do all in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Clerk, read item number 19.
Item number 19, order sponsored by Council Fred Capone, President, to transfer $75,000 from budgetary fund balance into school department account for the Boys and Girls Club after-school program.
Favorable action on the order.
Second.
Suspend Rule
Federal
13.
13.
Motion made and
13.
seconded for favorable action. Roll call vote.
I think we have to send this to committee.
Council Delasola.
Yes.
Council DeFlorio.
Yes.
Council Hanlon.
Yes.
Council Mangan.
Yes.
Council Marquez.
Yes.
Council Napolitano. Yes. Council Sechetta.
Yes.
Council Sani.
Yes.
Council Simonelli. 9 yeas, 0 nays, Mr. President.
Clerk, read item number 20.
Item number 20, resolution sponsored by Council Michael K. Marquez, the Great General Coexistent establishing a statewide law requirement that all fire hydrants be flagged in winter months with less than highly visible reflective 7-foot rods or flags to ensure emergency crews can locate them at night or in the snow, and to assist snowplow drivers and highway maintenance personnel to see and avoid damage to the hydrants and/or vehicles and their operators.
I
Councilor
received
Marquez.
I see something from Deputy Fire Chief Joe Hickey, and even though he says that in the newly accepted comprehensive fire safety code is language specifically excluding the mark of hydrants as a statewide requirement. Though, The elimination of hydrant markings from state code does not mean that City of Everett cannot propose and or adopt the city ordinance requiring such markings. I'd like to refer this back to myself, to the sponsor, and I would like this to come back out as a, an ordinance for the city, if we could. Even though it says it's not required, but we should have it anyhow on the books.
Second motion,
Second
Mr.
that.
Chairman. Everybody second.
Motion made to refer it back to sponsor. All in favor?
And to come back as a,
You don't have to have
You
that.
have
No,
one.
just put it on
Okay.
as an ordinance.
Clerk, read item number 21.
Item number 21, resolution sponsored by Councilor Michael K. Marchese. The city considers scheduling ward meetings before the summer.
Councilor
I think it's
Marchese.
very important considering that the, city will have a lot more people walking around the streets. And, you know, even a piece we just had about having a store staying open. I think we should have, scheduled ward meetings before the summer comes. I know it's tight. I put this on a couple of weeks ago. I haven't heard anything. I would like a meeting, public hearing, either if I have it here or have it somewhere. But I just think the people should kind of know what to look for. And I, you know, being in Ward 3, and you know I represent the city, I have grave concerns for that Glendale Square area. And now they know that they want to open up later in the area where there's, you know, a lot of long-time residents, I'll say it. I think that would be something appropriate for the people. If they want to yell at me at the meeting, and I can answer what I can. But I would like one, and I'm sure everybody here would like a scheduled meeting before the summer comes.
Any other comments on this?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Councilor Rosa DeFlorio.
Go ahead.
I do agree with the ward meetings, but what I'm afraid of is in the summer, a lot of people do go away.
Prior to it. I know it's only about 3 weeks, but I put this on a couple weeks ago.
Right, so I was thinking maybe if we did it in, you know, the end of August, it might be a better idea when kids go back to school and people are here. But it's up to the sponsor.
Yeah,
I don't
I
wanna.
mean, I would like my Ward 3 one if I could get it. And I'd refer this back to the mayor's office if we could, for a scheduled meeting. I'd ask President Fred Capone for permission to use this room if we need be.
Councilor Hanlon?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, it might be kind of tough to have a ward meeting here, because then when are you going to have the other 5? So I think it might be a good idea if we have them all here at one night.
That's
And-
a
and-
great idea.
And not Ward 4 starts first, or Ward 2 starts, anyone
Just have
that
the
raises their
city,
hand.
have a citywide thing, I think we
Right,
should be
so
open
they
for
could come up,
questions.
and that way we can do one meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, and I
I
think
would agree, I'd like that. I'd agree
I'll
with
second the
that.
motion, Mr.
Well,
Chairman.
it's got to be amended, this resolution to include.
Just, yes, refer to the mayor's office, if we could possibly get a night.
Wednesday night or Monday.
How do we refer it to the mayor for the whole city to have one ward meeting?
They have one ward meeting, yeah.
And City Hall?
We could do that,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
It start at 6 o'clock, and get over, you know.
All right, we're gonna make a motion.
Motion made to send to the mayor's,
Second
Motion made to send it to the mayor's office and,
for dates, for
set a
a
date
city
and
meeting.
whatever.
yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Clerk, read item number 22.
Item number 22 is an order sponsored by Council Fred Capone as president to suspend the meetings of the city council for some months, July and August 2015, except for Monday, August 24th at 7 p.m. It being understood that a formal session could be called at any time, either by the mayor or the city council if necessary.
Second motion.
Motion made and seconded for favorable action. All in favor? Oh, roll call.
Council Del Sola.
Yes.
Council DeFlorio.
Yes.
Council Hanlon.
Yes.
Council Mangan.
Yes.
Council Marchese.
Yes.
Council Napolitano.
Yes.
Council Sachata.
Yes.
Council Sani.
Yes.
Council Simonelli.
No.
8 yeas, 1 nay, Mr. President.
Second?
Motion made to adjourn and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Meeting adjourned.